What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for the second episode of the Refreshing the Feed podcast. My name is Matthew Strino. He's Andrew Ariel, and we're refreshing your feed so you don't have to. Andrew, a lot has gone down in a week.
Lots.
A lot of crazy shit. A lot of crazy fucking shit. Before we get into like the couple topics we had for this week, I just wanted to acknowledge I did post about it. If you guys follow our social media on Instagram, especially at refreshingthefeed_, I posted a tribute to Kobe, remembering the 1 year anniversary of his death and his daughter Gianna's death and all the victims of the helicopter crash.
Yeah.
But I can't believe it's been a year. First of all,
Where were
that's
you?
crazy.
Where were you when you found out?
I was sitting right in this spot, like right here.
Yeah.
Like right where you see me right now is where I found out.
How did you find out?
I found out on Twitter. I was just scrolling through Twitter and I saw like 50, 60 different fucking tweets, and I was like, what is happening? I run upstairs. First news channel I put on. That's the first thing they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because TMZ had it first, no?
I think so. I think it was TMC. Yeah. I remember I was like lying in bed. I remember I was angry because I was lying in bed and I heard my sister like walking up the stairs and she like yelled to my mom like, "Oh my God, Kobe's dead." And I remember feeling angry and being like, "No, he's not." Like I thought it was another like just Twitter gossip, like stupid news. And I was like, "No, he's not. Like, what are you talking? How's Kobe Bryant dead? Like, there's no way that he died." And then I like immediately like go on Twitter and I'm scrolling and everybody's talking about it. I'm like, there's no what? Like there's no
that's what
way.
I thought too. It's just like a level of disbelief that like I've never had in anyone dying.
Yeah.
Like literally anyone dying.
It was weird. I was surprised on how much it like affected me because I'm not a huge like basketball fan. I'm not like a Kobe. Yeah, like I like was a fan of his and stuff, but again, it's not like he was like my top athlete ever and like all of that.
Well, a lot of people like idolized him, like especially in LA. Like you can imagine, like it just exploded. It exploded instantly. And the one thing that everyone kept talking about when it happened was, like originally when it was like everyone couldn't believe it was, if they're wrong, that guy is done.
Well, yeah,
like you know what I mean. Like TMZ in general, like is done.
Do you remember? Like everybody was kind of confused. Everybody was talking about how the whole family was on board. Then it was just like Kobe,
the baby, and the wife, and then it just became them two, and then it was official them two, and it's like
that's like another like obviously it's sad that Kobe died, but to have his daughter and like such young people on the plane on the helicopter made it even like worse, and the fact that they were going to a game, you know, and maybe they shouldn't have been out there because of the conditions, like everything just made the whole situation like
so much worse.
And that like that sucks too, right? Because she was a basketball prodigy, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, like what she could have done for the WNBA and what Kobe would have done because of his daughter was like part of it and stuff. Like, it was just sad. Like, on a personal level.
It's not even like everyone like knows him as such like a family man, a great guy. Like he's jack of all trades, won the Oscar, he was beyond basketball, like so far beyond that it's like. It just makes everyone just kind of feel like shit. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like, oh, if you like basketball, then you're like, oh, okay, fuck, Kobe died, you're all sad. It's like everyone literally was like,
he had
fuck,
so many touches.
Like this sucks.
Yeah. But do you know why? And the sad thing too is the reason he started taking like helicopters and stuff was because traffic was so bad in LA. And he was like, I need to spend more time with my family. Like when he was a player, he was taking these helicopters to games and shit. Because he was like, I need to spend more time with my family. But I also need to
spending
practice.
In traffic.
Yeah, and I also need to practice this amount of time. So I get to cut 2 hours of my day of travel time or whatever it is.
It's smart. Like if you think about it, it's smart.
Yeah, 100%. Helicopters are so damn dangerous.
But it's dangerous as fuck, it's hard. Like any type of like air travel is kind of fucking dangerous. Yeah. But like at the same time, there was like something wrong with the plane, with the helicopter, or something like that. There was like whether it was conditions or it didn't have a defog or something like that.
Yeah,
something like that. But 1 year. That's rough.
1 year.
Sticking to sports for a little bit, we're gonna move over into Conor McGregor losing his what, he's 22-5 now.
I'm not sure what his record is, but I know
I'm
in
pretty
his
sure it's
last
22
few,
and 5.
So he has this loss, right? He fought about a year ago. He fought Donald.
22 and
He
5,
won that fight, but then he lost against Khabib, and then he boxed, and it was tough.
It's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's something good to take away from that fight. First of all, there's something good to take away. Even Joe Rogan said it. Seeing him be a person, an actual person, like someone serious that can actually go into a fight with, like being respectable towards his opponent, is great to see.
Yeah,
Great
I feel
to
like
see.
he's.
It's so much better. It's so much fucking better than all that bull crap that you see. Like with him and Mayweather, it was like the money. Like they need that fucking money. Like they're grinding so hard. In like they're basically like actors. Like at that point, you're an actor.
Yeah, you're like a WWE wrestler, right?
Yeah, basically, like a soap opera.
Yeah.
But this was more like you're like, yo, like I respect you. I'm gonna fight you, and we're gonna get this done. Like I'm not in it for the money. I'm in this for the fight.
I think,
you know what I mean. He lost all that weight. He's grinding. Like
I think that also had to do with his opponent, right? Because his opponent, Dustin Poirier, like doesn't really talk shit in fights. He's more calm. He's more respectable and stuff. So it is nice. Like the Khabib stuff was getting a little too much for me when he was fighting Khabib and he was talking about religion and like terrorism.
Yeah,
and stuff. And it was getting a little. There's a thin line, right? Like between talking shit and like going too far. And I think he did kind of cross the line with Khabib with talking about his father and like the whole
all that
religion
bullshit,
terrorist stuff. So it was nice seeing him this time like be a little bit more respectful and
civilized
stuff.
at least.
Yeah.
You know, like you're a professional fighter.
He
you're
was
not
still
a fucking goof.
he was still like confident and he was still saying like, I'm gonna knock him out in the second round and stuff, but he wasn't getting so personal with his attacks, which was good.
Yeah. It's good to see it eventually. But like number one, it irks me a little bit that like all like when you pay for a pay-per-view event, obviously you want to see the fucking knockout. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like you want to see like, okay, this guy only get fucking knocked in the face in the first round and it's done, right? Like even the first 10 seconds you're amped.
Yeah.
But like let's say you pay $70 for like just that event. To be honest with you, not everybody's a big UFC fan. And then you pay all that money and then it's like 2 rounds. What was the total round time? It was like fucking 8 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Right? It was 1 round and like fucking half of another round or whatever it was. Some shit like that. But still, even like that, you enjoy it for like the whatever, but like you want to see it kind of go a little bit of distance and then someone get fucked.
Yeah, right.
Not
I'm
like
fine with it.
Around.
I'm fine with either or. Like I remember back in the day, I remember always hearing like my uncle and dad and stuff talk about how like there was always so much like outrage with buying like Mike Tyson fights because it was like, yeah, okay, you're paying like $50 and then it's like
it just knocks him out.
Yeah, if you go to the washroom in the beginning of the fight, like first round, like you missed the knockout. You missed the whole fight because all of his fights would last like 10 seconds and stuff. But the fact that it went to the second round and stuff, I think it's fine. I think people just didn't expect, because you were saying like there is a lot of MMA fans, but when Conor fights, it brings in more people who aren't necessarily MMA fans and just want to be part of like what's going on. So people didn't really know like Dustin Poirier and what he was about and stuff. So that's why Conor was like a big favorite in like Vegas and stuff. But it was like Dustin was such like, for people who do watch MMA, Dustin is such like a dangerous fighter, and like we know that he has that knockout power and all of that. He was a former champ, like all of that. So this was such a dangerous fight for Conor. So I feel
he
like
fucked up his leg. Like fucked up his leg. Like it was. He even said he's like I can't feel my foot. Like my leg is so bad. It's ridiculous.
Leg kicks are so like underrated in MMA. Because,
oh my god,
like
bro.
So underrated.
Take
but
your
the
fucking
thing
leg
is,
off.
Yo, if I fought in the UFC, there's not a chance in hell I'm throwing a single leg kick, because that shit hurts you too. That shit, like, it hurts them more. It hurts them more. I still feel like it. But your shin bone is all like also taking some damage. Yeah. It's just your shin bone compared
even
to
your
theirs.
foot, like your ankle, like the top, like ish. Like that probably takes a fucking rude beating.
Yeah.
But like, okay, to be honest with you, I enjoyed the fight. Like whatever, it was short, but it was enjoyable because you saw him get fucking punched in the face.
I thought he was doing well too.
He was doing well, and then he fucked him on the leg kicks. Like the leg kicks destroyed him.
Leg kicks take away such power from your shots
Oh my
because you
God.
can't plant and like throw. So that's why like leg kicks
Yeah.
are so deadly. And then he backed him up against the cage, and it was just like over. That's why Conor, like everybody talks shit about how like he's a one trick pony, like he could only strike his like ground game and shit and stuff is shit. And it's kind of true because like if you're in that situation, any other fighter backed up against the cage, right? And you know how he was like Dustin was throwing all the shots and Conor was like trying to avoid them
Yeah.
and shit. Any other fighter would have like tangled, like grabbed him, tangled him up, or shot for a takedown. Where Conor doesn't have that in his locker, and it was just like, it was just a beating.
Yeah, it was just a beating. But like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a huge MMA fan.
Yeah.
Right. The fight was exciting. He got fucking knocked out, or supposedly knocked out, whatever. The funniest fucking part, like the best part for me, was the post fight interviews.
Yeah.
Andrew, I don't know if you watched it. Andrew, please listen.
Did you not?
I don't know
think
if
I
you
know where you're
fucking
going.
watched, bro. When McGregor was interviewed after the fight,
Yeah.
what the fuck was he saying?
Right. No
What
clue.
the fuck did he say,
No
bro?
clue.
I have no idea. He was just like, "Oh yeah, we gotta stay active. We gotta stay active. And go back to the hotel.
Yeah.
You gotta go back to the hotel with my kids and
for a quick
fucking chill out
second-
with my kids." And
For a quick
I was
second,
like,
I was
"Yo,
like,
what
I don't know
the
if is he speaking
fuck
English
is he
right now?
talking about?"
I was like, I don't know
I
if
was
he's
like, that's what I said. I was like, he's
Celtic or-
speaking something like he's
Yeah.
he's going off like his Irish buddies. That's all they know. Like they're speaking their own slang, fucking.
Yeah.
And he was speeding through it. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I stay me active, and you know, we go back to my hotel with my kids, and
I
we
don't
fucking
know-
chill out."
I
And
don't know what happened.
And I was like, "Holy
normally
fuck,
Conor
he's
is so
racing through
good.
it."
He is so good at like expressing. He's the best talker in the UFC, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen a post fight.
I've never seen him like that.
where he was just rap
interview.
battling. He was just rap battling in
Oh my
a
god,
fucking
he's
Irish
like a
accent.
rap god, like going off. And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
I literally turned. I was watching with my cousins. I was like, "There's no way he was speaking English there. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way he was speaking English because he was just fucking. My kids in my hotel room. I get to stay active, and my kids, I'm coming back, and I'm not going down now and shit like that." I was like, "Holy fucking relax, like
Yeah.
relax, like why?" But most of the time, like when the fights go longer, it's also funny to see. Well, not funny, but like it is kind of fucking hilarious to see when they're all fucked up and they're like, "Oh, yeah," and they're like trying to speak and they're all fucking
that's
bloody
been
and
a
there's
problem.
lips like
That-
cauliflower ears fucking coming everywhere, and it's like, holy, just
I
bro, just
remember,
let the guy chill.
I remember Joe Rogan saying like, I can't interview the guy who loses anymore, because there's times where guys would get knocked out and then like 4 minutes later they're getting interviewed and they have no clue what happened. Like there was one fight, I think I want to say it was like Alistair Overeem or something, got like knocked dead. 2 minutes later, he's standing up and he's talking to Joe.
Yeah,
and he's
imagine.
like, I think I knocked him out, and he's just talking, and Joe's like, no, you got knocked out, like pretty bad, blah, blah, blah. And he's just, no, this happened during the fight. It's like, holy shit, this guy doesn't remember what the fuck happened. Like he
That's
just
fucking awesome,
and it
bro.
also kind of
That's
sucks.
awesome.
It sucks. Could you imagine getting embarrassed? Like millions of people watch that fight.
Yeah,
you
like
just got
knocked out, and
knocked
you have to
out,
get
and
up
it's
and
like,
talk about it.
hey, like how did it feel getting knocked out? Well, it
It's
fucking
like
sucked.
I'm still basically knocked out. Like
Yeah.
get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, I'm talking to Tweety Bird right now. Like, I just got knocked out. Like,
That's a
it
fucking
sucks.
meme.
I'm embarrassed. That's what sucks. Like, if you talk so much shit, guys like Conor McGregor or like Kobe Covington and stuff, those guys who talk like uber shit, great when you win because you back it up.
Oh, when
but
you lose, it's terrible.
Oh,
Oh my god, you
that
look like a
must
dumbass.
feel terrible.
You look like a fucking dumbass.
Because everybody piles on you. Everyone, right? Like, if you're a respectful fighter.
and you've like felt that, like even as a kid, not even as a kid, but like even as a regular person, if you've ever played any sport, and then you go in talking all this shit,
Yeah.
and then you get fucked.
Oh, it's the
And then
worst.
you're just sitting there like an idiot. Yeah,
it's the worst.
that's just the worst. And then if they start talking shit back, like if you're like the first one who started it, and then they like destroy you, it's like you look like the biggest idiot ever.
Well, going
And
into
it's like-
this, like transitioning, is he gets knocked out. First one on Twitter, first one on YouTube to post their video. Jake Paul, who's been talking all the shit
Yeah.
about Conor and stuff. You seen that? Seen like
yeah,
the YouTube video and stuff?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm super passionate about this because I absolutely, Andrew, I hate Jake Paul's attitude and his like persona.
Do you
Like,
think it's real? Or do you think he
I
plays
don't
the
even care.
douche,
I honestly
like,
don't even care if it's real. I honestly don't even care. Like if it's real or not, the fact that you can like get under my skin as a person. I'm not even fighting you. I'm not even related to Conor. I have no idea who the fuck he is. But the fact that I'm watching you and you're cheesing me is like, it's like, how is that even possible?
yeah, you feel personally
when
offended
he's,
by it.
I feel personally offended by it. It's not even my fucking fight. I don't give a shit about Conor. I don't even care. I don't care at all. I don't care.
Yeah.
Zero. And I'm like, why is this guy fucking talking like this? Like, you know?
Like, so,
and he's like, oh yeah, 10,000, and he's doing the stupid face,
yeah, he's
face.
doing
I
that
was
like fake laugh thing, and it's
yeah,
like,
the fake
like,
laugh, like,
I think it's so frustrating for all of us. Like, Jake Paul's goal, end of the day, is to just get Conor McGregor to sign on the dotted line, right? And I think he's doing a good job, because if he's pissing me and you off, there's no way in hell that Conor McGregor isn't a little bit annoyed with him.
especially
or people in his
especially
camp.
that shit with his wife, especially
Oh,
that shit
yeah.
we talk about shit about his wife.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about it before, and that when it's correlating to like your personal life and shit, like I would fucking. If he has to legitimately think, well, at least now it makes us as the fans think that Conor doesn't think he can successfully destroy him.
I don't
You know
think
what I
that's
mean?
it.
Or he does think he can successfully
I
destroy
think
him. It's just a
Conor-
waste of his time.
I think the reason Conor really isn't responding about it and stuff. Well, he did mention Jake Paul. Did you see somebody ask him a question about it? And he was like, "Oh,
No, I
if
didn't
the
see
money,
it.
oh, I can't do an Irish accent. I'm not gonna even try." But he was like,
the
essentially,
money-
like, if the money is right, like, it'll happen. It'll end up happening. But I think he's trying not to respond, not to give him any
$50
light.
million. How much more money do you want?
Yeah,
That's $50 million.
I think he can make
He
more.
said it-
I think he can make more. He made
$50 million just for the fight. He's probably making fucking
yeah, that's
$200
true.
million.
That's true for sponsors and like, yeah. But you have to see what Jake Paul's
much
making
more money?
too. If you're Conor McGregor, you have to make sure you're making more than Jake Paul.
Yeah.
If not exactly
like
the
it's
same.
it's like you are the asset here.
Yeah.
Like if he goes and fights anyone, it's nothing
He's
compared to
definitely
unless it's
a
fucking
draw.
Mayweather. Like
I think his fight against Nate Robinson definitely broke some like pay-per-view numbers and stuff, but if he fought Conor, that would like crunch it.
yeah, that
Would crush it. Everybody would watch, right? Everybody would
Yeah,
watch, and
pretty
he's
much.
doing such a good job because not everybody won't watch because they think, oh, it'll be a good fight, or I think Jake has a chance, or whatever. Everybody will watch to just see him get knocked out. Right?
Yeah.
Like hoping. Like that's what guys do,
Yeah.
right? They talk all this shit. So it's like, listen, you're gonna tune into all my fights to either see me win or to see me lose because you want to see me lose. I think Mayweather did that, like perfected that.
yeah, but like everyone literally, like for me personally, I just crave kind of a little bit of retaliation. Like just Conor to come out with a lurky 10-minute video and being like, hey Jake Paul, you fucking bastard, stop fucking talking to me.
Stop
You know,
fighting
like
basketball players, stop fighting YouTubers. Like,
yeah,
fight
he's
a
like,
real
come
fighter.
fucking fight me in the fucking ring and I'll take you to town.
So-
like, you know what I mean? Like just a quick 1-2.
So Conor,
That's what I like crave.
Conor rejected that fight. Well, Conor didn't reject
Yeah.
the fight. Conor didn't say anything. But so Jake Paul's next opponent, I think they're fighting in March. I want to say they're fighting in March. I don't know the actual date. But his next opponent is an actual fighter. Is Ben Askren. So Ben Askren, he fought in his UFC career wasn't great, but he fought in Bellator where he was like champion and like undefeated. He fought in like one championship which is like another organization, and he was like undefeated. So like Ben Askren, he's a wrestler. I think he was in the Olympics.
8-round pro boxing match.
Yeah.
On April 17th was the day. April 17th, not March.
Not
Yeah,
March.
April.
Yeah. He so he's fighting Ben Askren, who's a wrestler. Do you know who Ben Askren is? You're not a big MMA guy. No, right? Yeah. Like that's the trouble here. He's getting an actual fighter, which is good because he could say, if he does win, he could say like, hey, I actually beat a professional fighter or a former professional fighter. But Ben Askren's like specialty is not striking. His specialty is like wrestling. Like he was like NCAA.
Yeah. He was an
champ.
amateur wrestler, a mixed martial artist and an amateur wrestler.
Yeah, he went to the Olympics, I believe. His wrestling's like incredible, but his like stand up sucks. So it'll be a good fight because it'll be good for both.
And
of
he
them.
just, Like I'm reading here on Hot New Hip Hop. They say that their headline of this article here is Jake Paul savagely DMs Ben Askren's wife. Like what is that?
It's too much. It's too much.
What are you doing? What are you like? They want you to fucking make a video about him. Make a video. Oh, I'm gonna fucking knock you out. Like, okay, cool, bro. Like, them and the wife. That's not. That's not.
Yeah, you know
like,
what? You know what it kind of reminds me of, and I think
it's kind of like, yo, you did it with McGregor. Like, you're doing it with this guy. You're just trying to get.
It's almost too much.
Views,
like,
bro.
yo, you already got the fight. Was that
like, just chill.
after the fight? After the fight was announced, like signed, or like now? Or before, sorry. That was like after, right? They announced the fight, and now he's like DM. Yeah, it's too much. You know what it reminds me of? And this is going off topic a little bit, but did you ever hear about Jared Leto when he was playing the Joker?
A woman? Oh,
no, when he was when he was playing the Joker.
Didn't he play a woman in?
He did. I think.
Didn't he play a woman in that fucking movie?
I think he played.
What the fuck is that movie called?
Dallas Buyers Club, I think.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just sick. You're on the fucking ball today.
But
what were you
but
saying?
anyways, when he was playing like the Joker, he was like getting into character, and he was doing like a bunch of like crazy shit, and he was like mailing like his like colleagues like rat heads and shit. He like I think he mailed like Margot Robbie like used condoms and shit. Like he was just going off the wall, and that's what it reminds me of. It's like, yo, you already got the role, you already got the fight. Like, just chill the fuck out. You don't need to be. You're getting too much. Like, relax. You know?
Yeah. Holy fuck.
Yeah, but
used condoms.
Yeah,
that's fucked.
He's fucking crazy.
That's fucked.
But
yeah. No, I think this could be beneficial for fucking. Thing, like you said it, like he got the fight, like this is it, like you got it.
Yeah,
now he's just got to ride with it. He's just got to keep it going and eventually make some more money. Like this is a YouTuber we're talking about. This isn't fucking anyone important. Like before his YouTube, like this was just a kid, you know what I mean?
That's why I think he's wilding out.
He got big through YouTube.
I think that's why he's like wilding out and DMing like the thing. So those news articles do get out, and people are like, "Oh, I want to see this kid get his ass kicked." You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like he has to do it, but it's still just so annoying because it's like relax. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of YouTube, I don't know if I already told you. Let's move into our next topic. YouTube has actually had over 500,000 videos about COVID that give out like wrongful information about COVID. Actually taken down.
Oh wow!
Or they're going to be taken down as of February. So, like, to be fair, if you're, and I didn't read 100% into it, but I know YouTube's policy actually goes against misinformation about COVID.
You're spreading misinformation.
Which makes sense.
Yeah,
which
100%.
Definitely makes sense. But, like, I don't think, like, who's making these videos, first of all? There's definitely people just, like, spewing out shit. I've seen a couple that are, like, little like cartoon graphics and shit like that. Oh, this many people and this is what happens if you don't wash your hands and shit like that. But like, I can't see there being 500,000.
Yeah, that's insane. But you have to remember,
that's YouTube, a lot of fucking videos.
That's what comes with YouTube, with it being free and stuff. Like it's free to upload. Like anyone could do it, and I don't want to be rude, but like wackos, like anybody. You know what I mean? Like, if you have an opinion...
Well, like, what do they consider... Like, what do they consider misinformation? Like, is it just a video about COVID? Or is it, like, any video... It didn't specify in a couple articles I read, but it doesn't mean that, like... Let's say we say something about COVID.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we say, like, oh, somewhere had this many cases. If that number's wrong in this video... would that mean?
I don't know.
Would that mean like this is a video about miscommunication about COVID? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't even think I don't think it would be even information like that, right? Like, I don't think if you get like a number wrong, like something like that, like, oh, like Canada only had 100,000 cases, but really it's 500,000. I don't see them pulling it down, but I see if you're like, oh yeah, masks don't do anything, or like, remember when like Trump said, I think he said take Pine Sol or whatever it was.
No, inject bleach into your blood.
Yeah, right.
So it cleanses.
I think it's videos like that where they're like, yo, listen, this could be dangerous because somebody could potentially
Yeah,
harm themselves,
yeah, go
like
through
we
with
got
it
to
or
get
whatever.
we got to get rid of these videos, right? Because a little kid sees that, right, and they don't know
Yeah,
what they're watching, and they think they see an adult and they're like, oh yeah, like this must be true, and then next thing you know, Timmy's drinking a bottle of bleach and
yeah,
passed
yeah.
out on your floor.
No, I get it, but I still don't think like 500,000 is a big number, and I think like there had to have been like most of those videos primarily focus on COVID. That's what I think, at least.
Yeah, right. Like the main top, like
Like
not just
it can't be like,
slid in.
yeah, it has to be like the primarily focused on COVID videos. But like still like 500,000 is a lot of fucking misinformation, depending on what they consider misinformation.
Yeah,
You know
like
what I mean? Like now that I'm trying to break it down, it's kind of like, how the fuck does that many videos get taken down?
well, yeah,
Like I get it, there could be like numbers botched and shit like that,
mm-hmm.
and like shit about like masks not being good but they are, or being good and they're not. There's, you know what I mean? Like I get that, but like 500,000 is like a lot.
Yeah,
of
I don't know. I don't know
misinformation.
how they're doing it. Like, are they just sending out a bunch of bots and being like, hey, like, do you know what I mean? Is somebody watching? Do they
Yeah.
have staff just watching these videos? Like, how are they concluding that this information is fake? Right? But it leads to the other thing. Like, YouTube is such a popular like source of information and stuff that they have to start like policing, like the same way like Twitter banned Trump and stuff because of like what
Yeah.
he was saying was like potentially dangerous and shit. I guess Twitter has to take the same thing, but and then that goes into like freedom of speech talk, and it's just like a messy.
Yeah.
It's just a
yeah.
messy
So I'm reading.
thing.
I'm reading here that Susan. I'm gonna butcher this name. The YouTube CEO Susan. I'm just gonna spell it out. WOJCICKI. I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna butcher it. She just said that our approach to responsibility is to remove content experts say could lead to real world harm. Raise up. Yeah.
See,
That's pretty much
that's
it.
tough.
Like she said other shit here, but like for the most part, that's basically what she meant.
That's tough though, because
I get that.
but what if you have, but I feel like people can make an argument against it, because what if you have, like, you know how you have like fail channels like Fail Army and stuff,
Yeah.
like people could see that, like the whole like jackass like disclaimer, right? Like, don't try this at home, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
don't try this at
like,
home, yeah.
But still, it's like you won't remove those videos, but it's like somebody telling you, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's a tricky road.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it, but
Yeah,
you just have
I
to
think
be careful.
it is beneficial, but
Yeah.
like you're saying, it can, that shit, like that could apply to so many other things.
Yeah.
I get it's like a whole pandemic. There's a lot of deaths, and I understand the severity of it, but like at the same time, it's like there's so much other shit on there that's like
Yeah.
that could be worse.
You
know
just
what I
have to
mean?
be careful with them like censoring so many things, because YouTube is such like a day-to-day like resource that people use and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if they start censoring, like you just have to watch them and make sure they're not censoring too much, because then they start putting their own agenda into things and like all of that. So that's why it's a little bit
Yeah.
dangerous, but I'm fine with it because I think the people making the videos and stuff probably aren't always the most
Yeah.
stable and stuff.
Yeah, I'm watching a lot of fucking YouTube recently. Actually, now that we're talking about it, a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
Especially now being home, it's also relating to COVID. Being home and whatever, we're watching a lot of YouTube. I'm watching a lot of like streaming platforms such as like Netflix, Disney Plus, and actually, you wanted to mention something about HBO Max, which is pretty much up and coming. I think it's like a lot of people are gonna end up not moving over, but end up also subscribing to HBO Max. There's a lot of like big titles on there.
Yeah,
But you also want to talk about
yeah. So
another TV.
so I think this week, last week, whatever, it was announced that Harry Potter, there was a pre-production, like Harry Potter got approved for an HBO show, which personally, huge Harry Potter fan, fantastic news.
Yeah.
Fantastic news.
I
for
haven't.
me.
I haven't watched any of them. Like I have watched them like when they're on TV or whatever. But like I've never actually sat down and
Harry
done
Potter.
all. Yeah.
Matthew Storino, you're missing out on
Yeah.
the greatest.
I know.
One of the greatest franchises of all time. All 7 movies
I know.
or 8 movies, whatever it is, fantastic. Anyways, but that got me thinking. Okay, so you have Harry Potter, right? Coming out with a TV show. You already have shows like other big movie franchises like Star Wars, right? They had The Mandalorian, which was huge. You have Amazon is producing a show, a Lord of the Rings show, right? Currently now the Marvel stuff, right? With WandaVision.
Yeah,
is going on.
WandaVision and Loki
And
coming up pretty
yeah,
soon.
they have that Captain America show.
Yeah, I've watched actually all the WandaVision episodes that have released so far.
Yeah, what did you think?
There's only 3 right now. The first one, I'm gonna be honest with you, if you haven't watched them, spoilers ahead.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. But there's been like, at the beginning was like super confusing. It was like they're in the 50s and everything seems like my mom, my parents and my older cousins, they're like, one of the episodes was very much like Bewitched.
Yeah.
The movie, the TV show Bewitched. It takes on like it goes like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s kind of vibe for the first couple episodes. Well, it's not really a spoiler, but like, it's dope to see, like, because I'm a big Marvel guy. Like, I like Marvel, but it's dope to see that, like, it also, like, the TV show, like, on a consistent basis is relating to the Marvel world, like the cinematic universe, the MCU.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool to see. That's why we were talking about it before, even, like, Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. When you see, like, all those great movies.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, TV shows that you watch on a weekly basis. It's not just, like, this movie comes out like once every 4 years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like a Marvel movie will come out like once every like 3 years, maybe even sometimes 2 early, 4 late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's good to see like on a reoccurring basis that you're watching all this content. To speak about the actual time of content is kind of like, originally I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm watching it and I'm like, there's no way this show is like, it's ended. This isn't really a spoiler because it's not really about anything, but I'm gonna give you what I think the credits are in terms of time. They're probably less, but what I think it is, the episode's like 37 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's only maybe 22 minutes of actual content. And the rest is all fucking credits.
Yeah, the credits
it's
are
all
so
credits.
long.
It's like 15 fucking minutes of credits. I'm sitting there and I'm like, there's no way this show just ended.
They have the entire fucking
the first
population
thing's like
of the
all
United
credits.
States working on that show.
Holy fuck. It does like a cutscene. It's like all these people. Then it goes to a different type of credit scene, and then it's like all these people, like so many people. It's like, what is that? Like, how many people do you need on this thing? And number one, why is there 9 minutes of credits? Like, can't you just like slap them all? Like, you know when a movie does it?
Yeah.
They get like the little fonts, and it's just like a fuck ton, like a Bible's worth of names. It's like, why can't you just do that for 3 minutes, and then just make the thing like 6 minutes longer of content? I don't understand.
I don't know
why it's got to be so fucking long.
I think the problem with WandaVision, and like what I really hope they don't do with like the Harry Potter stuff and even like the Lord of the Rings stuff in production, is like, I feel like the Wanda stuff, like if you didn't know who like Wanda was or Vision was, I feel like if you just click onto it, it's very tough to like follow
Oh
along,
yeah, for sure.
right?
You have no
clue.
idea.
You're like,
you have
why
no
are they
idea.
in a TV show?
No
Like,
idea.
What's going on? Like, wait, she could just float things. Like, what's going
Yeah,
on? And then
no.
with like the stuff at the end, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but like the stuff at the end of the episodes and stuff, you're like, what is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's that's tough because then Disney Plus has to think of their audience.
Yeah.
Right? The only reason why WandaVision probably will end up working, it's kind of like the highest in like the MCU. It's like the highest rated on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, it's supposedly a really good. It develops into something really great. Like, it is good now, but your audience has to know what the MCU is and who they are.
Yeah.
Or else you can't really get, like, if I didn't know any movies, if I didn't watch any movies, it's like, how do I get into this?
Yeah.
Not knowing, like, exactly what you just said. How the fuck is she floating shit? What's that thing in the middle of his head? You know, like, I'm asking all these questions.
With other like superhero shows, you get the simple premise, right? Like, you see it like the Arrow and Green Arrow, whatever.
Yeah,
all those
like
shows.
you're
It's
there,
like,
you save the day and shit like that.
Yeah, fighting superheroes and stuff. So this one's a little confusing to people who wouldn't know, like, what's going on. But like,
on the contrary, I think, like, as a Marvel fan,
it's exciting.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's like the more you know, like especially like when you get deep diving into characters and they're from other movies and they're coming back and like she knows him from this. It's part of her trauma from this movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like that shit's like it adds so much more to the TV show.
100%.
But then you're also taking away so much more. It like works both ways.
Yeah,
kinda, because like
you have to establish who you're making this TV show for, right? Are you making it for like the hardcore fans, or are you making it for somebody who's just stumbled upon it on like Disney Plus, right? So that's what they had to establish, and obviously they established it's for Marvel fans. So okay,
or if you've watched the movies.
Going back to the TV show stuff, is there a movie franchise right now that doesn't have a TV show that you wish you could see, that you wish they developed a TV show for?
Okay. So I get what you're asking. So to be fair, my response is somewhat like already a TV series. And a very, very, very popular TV series. Okay, so I'm gonna say the movie, the movies that I wanna would convert into a TV series is The Godfather, obviously, because I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
And I think The Sopranos is a good example of how. How a series like that would thrive. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I would.
The Sopranos were like highly decorated.
Oh my god, yeah, it's one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
One of the greatest of all time.
I think The Godfather would work, right? You would follow like the Corleone family and all of that. I would like to see that. Is there any other ones? I would love to see. I'm a big James Bond fan. I would love to see like
the James Bond,
or even like a Mission Impossible or something. Like like an
Tom
hour
Cruise,
episode, but not cheesy, like an HBO show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a Game of Thrones, but like
very
spy,
serious. Spy show. Yeah. I think that would be good. I think
that'd be a dope one too.
I know there was at one point like a young Indiana Jones show. I think in like the 80s or something. I think that'd be cool to revisit something adventure-y. I also think...
Well, like, if you think about it, Star Wars is another great one that I think would, like, have huge success. And Star Trek is somewhere... I don't want to say it's similar, because it isn't. It's somewhat like it. And Star Trek has had, like... Is also, like, very popular. And it's,
Well, if you look at it, if you're going with Star Wars, the Mandalorian show was massive, right? Like,
Yoda I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Yeah, Mandalorian.
Yeah. It's huge.
It's good. A lot of people. It's very actually like super popular right now, Mandalorian.
Yeah,
and people are like really into it.
That's why I think
you have to be like a big Star Wars.
I think we're gonna start seeing more and more of these shows from movies, right? Because you have big like followings for like even The Matrix would be like an interesting show.
Yeah.
Right, and then you could build hype for these movies, and I think it would be interesting.
But what did you? Okay, so back to what we were saying. Do you think you could watch The Mandalorian? Without watching the Star Wars?
Yeah, but there's a lot of things,
right? Like it starts right from the beginning?
There's a lot of things, though, that would give you more enjoyment if you knew about the universe and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
I bet. Yeah. That's with everything, though. Like, if it's somewhat related to the thing, like, if the TV show's somewhat related, then you, like, kind of, like, have to know.
Yeah.
Then you, like, spend that time.
Yeah.
But like it's been a while actually since Game of Thrones has been off air. I know we just mentioned it.
Do not talk to me about Game of Thrones, Matthew.
What do you mean?
Matthew, I took off. We work together. I took off every Sunday.
Oh yeah, every Sunday
for this
night.
Fucking show, and I've never been so disappointed. I've never been.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know what's absolutely super tragic? I don't know if you can see I'm wearing my Raptors shirt right now. Game of Thrones. I don't even know what season it was. It was like a season finale for sure. It had to have been something important. Was on a Sunday night, and the Raptors played Game 7 against the Sixers on the same night.
Yeah, that's what
Game 7 against the Sixers on their championship run. They played against Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and the Sixers gang. Comes down to the clutch. Kawhi Leonard hits the game-winning fucking shot, the dink, 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 and in. And I'm watching Game of Thrones.
Oh, you watched it too? I was watching Game of Thrones too.
I was watching Game of Thrones. I said, I'm a fucking idiot.
I
didn't know what the score was. they were down. Either they were down or they were up like fucking like 10 or something when I started watching the show. So I was like, oh, I'll just get it like right at the end, right? I was like, oh, I'll just like catch it when it's like right at clutch time, like 2 minutes left, a minute left, whatever. I turned my phone off, or my phone died, or whatever. I didn't look at my phone. I look at my phone, because my mom and my cousins were upstairs in my house. They were my whole floor above me was shaking. Everyone's going crazy. My phone's blowing up. 60 messages. I'm fucking. I have my phone. I'm calling people. I'm like, what the fuck? I go upstairs and they replay it, and I was like, that's crazy. And I missed it for fucking Game of Thrones.
I know
that fucking show.
I know the last
Good
season.
Though.
There's. I don't think there's ever been something that's been so popular. Do you remember Twitter would pop off about Game of Thrones? And stuff?
Yeah, like
and then
instantly.
The last like
as soon as the episode was
season
finished.
or two was so bad. Game of Thrones finished, and nobody like it's dead in the water. Like nobody cares if there's another Game of Thrones show coming out. Nobody cares about anything Game of Thrones. Like it's dead
because it just ended. Like
so bad.
But
it ended
that's the best way. Like I think a great TV series has to end after 7 or 8 seasons.
Maybe
fair.
sooner.
Well, not great. I mean, like a drama series like that.
Yeah.
Like Breaking Bad was 5 seasons. Game of Thrones was what, 8?
Yeah, something like that. 7 or 8.
See how The Walking Dead just died?
Yeah, because it was too
It just
long.
died. Like after 4 seasons. Like if anyone here if you're watching this and you still watch The Walking Dead, you're alone. You are alone.
Yeah, it has.
No
to
one
be
else
dying
watches
out.
The Walking Dead. It has to die.
It was
out.
that was another big show, and then it was just
It
like
was huge.
so repetitive.
It was Sunday nights. It was like they go somewhere, it gets taken over by zombies. They leave, they go somewhere else. They go they find another place. They
That's why Game of
crazy
Thrones
people.
was so great though, because you never knew
was
what was gonna
amazing.
happen. Main characters are getting fucking killed. Like you're seeing boobies.
Yeah,
you're seeing
the red wedding.
Yeah, like shit's just popping out.
Everything's
every
just going
episode,
crazy.
And then they rush the end so quick, and it just died.
Yeah, it's honestly it was great. It was great while it lasted.
Matt,
you had something to look forward to on Sundays beside like for me it was football, but
yeah.
besides football there was something to look forward to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Matt. Speaking of like Game of Thrones and weird shit, have you heard about Armie Hammer? Do you know who Armie Hammer?
Like the baking soda guy?
No,
Like the
the
on
actor,
the baking soda?
the actor, the guy who was in. You watched The Social
Oh.
Network?
Yeah.
You know the I'm gonna butcher his
Look
name.
up a picture
the,
of this fucking guy.
Winklevoss twins. You know the guys who are rowing and
Yeah.
shit. That actor is Armie Hammer. Have you haven't heard what's like going on with him? Like his DMs getting leaked and shit.
No.
No. Okay,
No,
so this
I have not.
This is like this didn't just happen. I think a couple weeks ago it got leaked. But essentially, Armie Hammer, who's a big celebrity, like big actor, big time actor. I think he was nominated for an Oscar and shit. Literally, his DMs got leaked with some girls, and he's essentially a cannibal. Yeah, a full on cannibal. Okay, I have his DMs here. I have to read you.
mucking a
I don't.
Oh my
so
God.
I don't think he's actually mucked anyone, but his like kink,
Well then how the fuck?
his fetish is like mucking people.
Oh,
Like,
I think I did.
actually
Did someone
mucking
say?
people.
Did someone say like, oh, he bites too hard? It's not a playful bite. I was watching this somewhere.
Maybe that happened. I don't know. I'm just.
I was
talking
watching
about,
a YouTube video or something, and they were interviewing some girl, and she was like, he doesn't playful bite, like he actually bites.
like he's trying to take a chunk off.
Like that's hilarious. Like he's trying to like muck. Like it's
Okay,
like,
I'm gonna read-
lunchtime. Get the fuck over
I'm
here.
gonna read some
That's
DMs.
fucked. That is
got
so
leaked.
fucked.
The one thing I don't like about these DMs though is I kind of feel bad because like the girl side isn't always in this. You know what I mean? Like it's just like what he's saying, but you know she has to be like egging him on. Like I don't think he's just sliding into a DM being like, "Yo, let me."
Maybe she's like, do you like how my fucking arm tastes?
Yeah,
And
some
he's
shit like that.
He's like, yeah, I guess your arm tastes good, and then they just screenshot that. I get what you're trying to say, but like,
Okay, there's one DM. Let me read it. So shit's about to get vulgar. Mom, click off the video. So one of his DMs is so hard, thinking of holding your heart in my hand and controlling when it beats. First off, pause, not possible. Science, not possible. And then he says, I'm 100% a cannibal. Straight to the point. I want to eat you. Fuck, that's scary to admit. I've never admitted that before. I've cut the heart out of living animals before, and I've eaten it
Oh my god, that's
while
freaking me the
still
fuck out,
warm.
Andrew.
What the
Oh
fuck?
my god, that's
There's other
freaking me the
DMs here
fuck
where
out.
he's talking about like blood and shit. Oh, this one's funny. So
You know, hold on a second. Wait, pause for 1 second. You know what type of guy that is? That's the type of guy you go to a steakhouse and he gets his steak blue.
yeah, I don't
That's
get
the
it.
fucking guy. That's him. That's the
It's
guy.
like keep the blood,
That's the guy.
keep the blood flowing.
Just keep it going. Yeah, I want it live. Okay,
This
go.
one always makes me laugh because it's a good girl. Your body is so effing perfect, and it's mine. I'm into you. I need your blood. I crave it. Will you give it to me tomorrow? Don't forget that
little
you're mine.
possessive.
And then she said that topic once again. It's very intense. And he's like, I'm intense. I need your blood. I want you to feed me with it. This dude. Okay, listen.
He's a vampire. He's a
I
vampire.
feel
What's
bad
his name? Fucking from Twilight.
If they do an investigation on him and he's never mucked a human, I kind of feel bad because there are some people with some weird ass kinks out there, and I feel bad that he got exposed for this because that is it's so embarrassing.
Oh my god.
Like he's losing like jobs over this.
Oh my god, that's gross.
Like, listen, I'm all for it. I don't have this kink. People have their own kink and stuff, but this one is.
This isn't a kink,
it's
Andrew.
so
This is a
intense.
This is a prison sentence.
You have
This
to-
is not a kink.
As a celebrity,
Someone's got to check this guy's freezer. This guy's deep freezer in the basement.
yeah,
There's people
he
going missing,
just
and
has
this
human
guy
ribs in
is
there.
the. This guy, yeah, oh, you guys want ribs? Imagine going to that guy's house and be like,
Never.
"You guys want ribs for dinner?"
Never.
And he slaps on your cousin Vinny's fucking ribs on the fucking
Never.
grill, on the Weber. Oh my god, I would cry. I
Oh
would
my
cry
God.
of laughter.
We have this thing in like Portuguese where it's like blood sausage and stuff. Like you've heard of blood sausages before?
Yeah,
where it's
yeah,
like pig's
yeah.
blood and shit. Yeah, never eating blood sausage at Armie Hammer's house ever again. Meanwhile, it's his date.
Armie Hammer's house.
Never. Nobody. If it was me and you and my DMs got
Armie
leaked,
fucking
you're
Hammer.
never coming to my house and having hamburgers or anything. There's no way.
Oh my
There's
god.
no way you're
Armie
doing that.
fucking Hammer. I'm just fucking picturing the fucking thing, the baking soda.
Yeah, I googled that.
That
I
guy's
googled it
fucked.
when I was like looking up his DMs.
He
and
looks
stuff.
like a pretty boy. He looks like
Oh,
literally like
he's just like a
the
German
poster
like,
child for an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the poster child for an actor. You know what I mean?
That's
like
the sad
cool
part.
hair, blue eyes,
That's the-
tan.
This dude
chilling.
This dude could get lots of girls. He's a celebrity. He's a good-looking dude. And
Lots of girls to fucking muck for
now
dinner,
he wants to
maybe.
fuck. You know what's crazy too? After these DMs got leaked, you know his DMs were blowing up with girls just asking to be mucked. Because there's
Oh,
no
yeah,
way
for
he's
sure,
the only
yeah.
one, right? Like people are crazy out there. There were girls talking wild in his DMs after
Yeah,
these got leaked.
that's fucked. That's so fucked to even think about that.
Okay.
This guy's fucked.
So this is the question.
Officially.
This is the question though. If he's in a movie, do you watch the movie?
Yeah,
Yeah, right. This doesn't affect. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, and
I do watch the
This is
movie.
gonna get real
What if he
dark.
plays? What if? Oh my god, this
Is
is
it
perfect. What if he
vampire?
plays a cannibal in a movie?
Oh yeah. Oh, just reboot like what is it? Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs. Just reboot that, and have him as Hannibal
fucking
Lecter.
Toss this guy in there.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. Yeah, but I never.
Cannibal Lecter, bro.
I never understood, like, if it comes out that like he's never actually like mucked someone, he's not doing
Yeah,
anything
because
illegal.
right now it's just allegations, right?
It's not even
And the
allegations.
DMs,
I think
DMs.
it's just like horny talk. Like I think he was just raging.
Like just the
one day.
DMs right now.
Yeah.
There's no like actual
no,
evidence
no.
of
He's
him
not like
Yeah, no.
taking off people's fingers and fucking pigs in a blanket.
knocking those.
Yeah. there's no videos of that. If it's just like, listen, this guy just loves blood and shit, I'm fine with watching his movies. Like I don't think
Yeah, I don't
I don't
give
think
a
you
fuck,
can
yeah.
cancel him because he has a weird kink.
I feel like the same people that are like that, like cannibals, are kind of similar to people who eat liver. I said it.
That's how
I kinda
listen,
said it.
If you're like his,
I said it.
If you're his wife or something, the only way you could play out this fantasy is like you're going to the grocery store every week and you're like, listen, Louis, give me the fucking deer heart in the back, give me that liver, save the blood. I gotta go home and rub this on my body today. I'm not cutting myself. Like he's wild. It's so
Yeah,
wild.
I can
It's so
imagine that.
wild but what an idiot too. Like, how are you DMing girls You're a
saying that
celebrity.
shit.
You know
That's your
this
fault.
is eventually
That's your
gonna
fault.
get out,
Yeah.
right? It's sad. It's sad because we've gotten to that point where it's like, yo, it's your fault. Like you can't trust anyone when you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
It's like, I really can't be trusting anyone. But man, when you're talking crazy like
it's still
this,
fucked.
it's so
Yeah,
crazy.
this is like that's something you do say, like you do talk about before
No.
this guy actually fucking mucks someone, and then you're the girl who's like, oh yeah, I knew about it before he mucked, and I didn't say anything.
Matthew, let me read you this one. This is the last one. This is the last one we'll read. We'll get out on it.
Okay, yeah.
The last. Okay, so you just live.
End off the podcast on a high note. Go ahead.
You just live to obey and be my slave. I will own you. That's my soul, my brain, my spirit, my body. Would you come and be my property till you die? And then the last message, which is so funny to me, I would die of laughter. If I wanted to cut off one of your toes and keep it with me in my pocket, so I always had a piece of you in my possession. Question mark. Bro, this dude wants to knock off a toe.
That's hilarious.
And make a keychain.
That's hilarious.
I got my
Just
Good
make a
Life
little
pass.
necklace.
I got my Good Life pass, my Chipotle swipe card,
Your
and
iced-
Stephanie's
your
toe with
iced out
me.
with
Stephanie's toe.
and you're fucking iced out with your toe.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh my god, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? That possession stuff is crazy.
It is.
That's
It's
crazy.
scary.
Oh my god. Imagine being fucking told that. I would lose my mind.
Yeah, cut off your toe for me.
All right. I have them, bro. I got 9 more. I guess just take them all. But I think that's where we ended for today on a high note. That's fucked. At least it's on a high note for real. Again, Andrew, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
No problem. Today was a great one. Talked about a lot of good things. Can't wait for this next week.
Yep.
See what this week has in store. Some crazy shit this week. Let's see what next week has in store. Sorry, not this week. But yeah, that's been the second episode of Refreshing the Feed. Hit us up on our social medias, at Instagram at Refreshing the Feed _ and on Twitter at RTF Podcast. For all the latest updates, news, stuff about the podcast, some funny memes we've been posting recently, actually. Some cool shit.
Yeah.
And that's it for us today. We refreshed your feed so you didn't have to. And thanks for watching and listening. See ya.
Bye.